Hey, good morning, guys. It's day 15 on the Appalachian Trail. Just a couple of miles into my hike from my camp spot. I camped at around mile 117 last night, established campsite, but not a shelter. So if you look in the background right there to my right, you'll see a couple of trash cans. Always exciting as a thru hiker to find a trash can, and there was a pit toilet up there too. So really appreciate things more when you've been out here for a while. Even though I've been out just for about a day, it's still nice to get rid of the trash, especially like the mountain house meals has such a smell to it. So anyway, I'm hiking up now to one of the more well-known spots on the trail, Wyatt. Nice little paved way up here, beautiful view. Em and Hot Maze told me this is their favorite view they've seen so far. They were here a day or two ago, so yeah, it's just amazing. You can see so far. I'll try to get you guys some good shots from the other direction when I get up there, but just to kind of give you an idea as I'm on my way up. It's pretty cool. Yep, pretty awesome. So like I said, I'll get some front shots here shortly. Really cold last night. Probably maybe the coldest night I've had camping anywhere. Really tested my gear. Maybe questioned it a little bit. It was down in the upper teens and the wind was howling. It did get better later in the night, especially after the wind died down. It's not really, it's just kind of a breeze now, which is good. So like I said, no plan for today, just hike until I stop. I did about 12 yesterday after the late start when I got shuttled. So probably looking at 10 to 15 today, something like that. Looks like the rain's going to hold off for most of tomorrow, maybe coming tomorrow night. So probably going to end up camping tomorrow night and then maybe hitting a hostel or somewhere Tuesday night. Possibly tomorrow night if I make good time, but it just kind of depends on the elevation. When I did the 20 the other day, it was like very friendly elevation for the most part. So obviously that helps. So anyway, wow, some amazing trees up here. I'll show you in the back over here, some nice stuff too. Very cool. So anyway, let me get up here to the top and I'll get you some front shots. I'm up about 5,000 feet. As you guys can see, pretty amazing views.
Oh yeah, no, she's great. She's fine with the car too. She just sits up front.
So kind of a nice moment back there between a couple of hikers. I first seen an older gentleman up there at the trailhead that had left his spork back at camp, he was camped even further back than I was, so he was basically going to have to hike about 3.4 miles extra just to get his sport back. But I mean, we're so minimal out here, you don't have a lot of stuff, so I was trying to ask him if there's any way he could do without it for a couple of days, but he had oatmeal, spaghetti, and things like that. So, and I thought about trying to help him, but I did feel like I should give him my sport and just put me in the same boat. But maybe that's a selfish way to look at it. So anyway, the next guy comes along, another hiker, and he gives him his sport because he says he's going to be in town sooner than ever. He's going into town, I think, late tomorrow, so he just said he could make it without it. So that was very nice of him. Made me feel kind of like a jerk a little bit, but oh gosh, what do you do? But anyway, just a lot of kindness out here, that's for sure. Just so interesting. Oh yeah, somebody asked me about deodorant. I had said I was going to talk about that. One of the kind of debates with thru hikers is whether to wear deodorant or not, or carry deodorant, and seems to be kind of 50-50. So I, trying to be an impartial person, decided to hike with deodorant my first week out here, and then I dumped it and hiked without it the second week. And what I found was that not so much, you would think you're worried about what other people are going to think when they smell you, which is, is important, but you're not around many people out here, and they all kind of smell the same way. So, but I found that just that specific underarm smell was just unbearable. Like, I did not like it. Like, I washed my sun hoodie that I wear hiking all the time, and the smell that still didn't come out. Like, I think I'm gonna have to maybe soak it in vinegar or something. So anyway, I've got a little trial size of deodorant now, and I'm gonna be carrying that, I think, for the rest of the way. We'll see, but it might be better in the summer where you can kind of clean up a little bit easier and stuff. But yeah, I just did that specific smell. It was really more for me. Like, I did not like it. So I don't think I've ever gone a whole week without deodorant. So anyway, nonetheless, it's kind of my take on that. I know people disagree about it, but that's for me. I will be carrying deodorant at least for the foreseeable future. But I'm open-minded to change, that's for certain. So, a beautiful day for hiking. Like I said, it looks like the rain's going to hold off till late tomorrow, so should be able to get a couple of good days in. And then kind of figure out a plan from there. About the Smokies, just don't really know what to do. One of those guys, he kind of made a good point. He says he kind of wants to go through this. It's a national park with kind of some bad weather, because he says the trail will be less crowded, maybe easier to manage. But I guess we'll see. I'm going to kind of consult with my buddies ahead of me and see maybe what they're thinking about doing. Then just be open-minded and try to make the best decision. So anyway, I'll get back with you guys later. Well, folks, the good thing about having a day where you're not pushing a certain number of miles is you can enjoy some things a little better. So if I was in a hurry and had to get somewhere, I wouldn't have climbed all the way up this blue blaze like a half a mile to get this view at Rocky Bald. Pretty cool. You can see so far. I'll tell you how many of these mountains I've been walking up and down. Actually, I should probably know that, but I've not figured out exactly how to tell like where I've been or where I'm going. My buddy Tom that I hiked with last year, he was really good at that. So I definitely need to work on that. So anyway, wonderful view. It's getting late in the day. Gonna probably hike a couple more hours, just see where I end up. Got to get I may make it all the way to the next shelter, but if so, I got to stop and get some water first. I don't think the flow is very good up there, according to Far Out. So anyway, just want to show you this. Yeah, show you guys this. So I'll get back with you. Just got to a pretty cool little shelter. I think this is a Cold Spring shelter, I believe. It's kind of a small one. Little tin roof. Probably a good place to huddle down in the rain. Looks like some of the tin roofs in the fire for some reason. I don't know. There's a privy down there. Privy. Somebody asked me what a privy was. Basically, just like an outhouse / kind of bathroom. No toilet paper. Basically, just like a pit toilet. Not even a pit toilet. It's more like just you poop basically through a hole onto the ground. I don't know. Actually, that is kind of weird. But so anyway, so I'll show you all this little shelter. I'm not stopping here. I want to go a little while further. I basically am trying to hike till about dark. Not in too big of a hurry today. Just trying to enjoy it. Good weather, good scenery. Only met a couple folks, but all real nice. There's a little sign-in thing they have where you can sign in when you stay at the shelter. Maybe leave a note for people behind you. There's this is kind of important. Oh, let's see if I can fit in here. Leave no trace. Another throwback to Ava from yesterday. Basically, just don't leave anything different than what you found it. Hanging a bear bag, the PCT method, that's the best way to hang a bear bag. Basically, it's where the string hangs to the ground rather than connecting to another tree. That's the way they used to do it, but the bears are they're pretty smart. they kind of figure out how to get the food down. And then these little can things on strings here is where you can hang your pack and stuff, and it's supposed to be so mice can't get there. Really, the biggest problem with shelters is mice. They're after all the food and such, so which is also why I don't stay in many shelters. I like staying at the shelter because you got a privy, you know, things like that. But I don't stay in the shelter. But it is kind of one of my bucket list items, so I'll stay in one someday. Probably when the weather's really bad, so it'll probably sound pretty good in that situation, mice or not. So anyway, just thought I'd let y'all check that out. Hey guys, trudging along. Got a couple more miles to camp, I think. Got to get some water before the shelter from my camp at the shelter, so I may even stealth camp somewhere after I get water. Kind of just gonna see what it looks like. But my battery's running low on my phone. That's what I wanted to get with you guys. It's probably my last shots of the day. I'm just gonna kind of wrap up the day. I would say of all my days on trail, this has been the most peaceful. I haven't seen a whole lot of people, and the ones I have were really good to see. Like I was kind of started today kind of worrying about mileage, and then ran into a nice gentleman that had lost his spork and had started a month ago, which was like a couple of weeks ahead of me. So it made me feel better just realizing that everybody's hiking a different hike. There's some people ahead of me. I heard from Catfish today. He's like 3 or 4 days behind me. So I mean, everybody's kind of doing their own thing. So I think that was kind of a good lesson for me to get. So yeah, overall it's been some ups and some downs. Flats, which are my favorite. I guess they're everybody's favorite, obviously. But anyway. Oh, one of the main questions I've been getting is about the orange thing on my backpack at the top. In fact, my friend Katie asked what was the cheese straws on back there for, and then the people that hike are also asking because they think it might be my sleep pad. Well, it's actually kind of both. I do have a Thermarest Neo Air X-Lite blow-up pad that I sleep on, and the orange one basically it serves as like extra R value on really, really cold nights. It's just torso length, and I can put it under my pad. Maybe I don't know that it helps it keep from sliding around very much, but luckily after I get out of the Smokies, I'm going to be cutting it down. It's going to be like probably just a sit pad, which is really what I use it for now mostly. Like, you know, if I stop for a break, so I don't have to, you know, sit, you know, get my hiking shorts gross. You know, just got something to sit on, more comfortable. So it's good for that. And then it's kind of like a foyer for your tent. You know, you can kind of have it on the outside when you're trying to get stuff in and out, so it all don't have to get on the ground. So it's kind of multi-purpose. But anyway, that's what that is. So just wanted to let you know that. So anyway, looks like the weather is I'm kind of figuring that out. Looks like tomorrow, which is Monday, the weather is going to hold off till late in the day. So I'm going to basically just try to hike till it starts raining. You know, unless it's super early, then I'll just hike through it. But yeah, because it looks like maybe late evening I can probably get into camp before the rain gets here. And it looks like it's going to be a little less rain than I was anticipating. So, but now on the other side, Tuesday, it looks like Tuesday night there may be some thunderstorms and that type of activity. So I'm gonna try to get in a hostel Tuesday night, which works out good for my pace and my mileage that I need. So so that put me in there Tuesday night, and then, you know, just really won't have many miles left to get to Fontana, which is where the Smokies start. So we'll probably definitely want to be off trail the day before I start that, because I want to start fresh with fresh. Like I said, I got to pack a lot of food, and everything's really kind of got to be dialed in. I'm probably gonna send a few things back to my brother's house that I'm realizing I don't need. I've got 7 pairs of socks I'm carrying for whatever reason. It's not as bad as it sounds, because I wear 2 pair together. Like, they have what they call Injinji toe socks. I wear them. They're like liners, and then I wear the Darn Tough socks on the outside of those. So it's really more like 5 pairs kind of. So, but anyway, nonetheless, I don't need all that. So I was able to, Radioactive suggested, I was just going to buy a regular pair of Injinjis, but they didn't have them, but they have merino wool, and he said he thought they were better. I definitely agree. I've worn them these last couple of days, and they feel pretty good. They're mainly to help prevent blisters. I've not had any more blisters. I think I've had like 3 total, and none of them were really bad. Like, so wearing the socks seems to help. I've pretty much just been wearing them all the time now. Really, the only time I have trouble with blisters is when my feet get wet. So, and the one time I did was before I started wearing the toe socks. So hopefully that kind of remedies that too. So otherwise, body feels pretty good. You know, you're hiking, you know, double-digit days every day. So I mean, it's kind of wear you down a little bit. But you know, like I said, it's kind of weird. Like sometimes early in the day you think you're not going to make it, and then you get like a second wind and you feel like you can walk forever. So it's kind of funny how that works. But anyway, nonetheless, I'm gonna get up here to probably going to camp at the next shelter, but I'm going to check things out, see who might be there or not be there, or what the water looks like. I definitely, a lot of comments about getting water before you get there, so it must be kind of a dry source. So anyway, guys, really appreciate y'all watching as always. I should have, there may be a day or two without a video depending on when I get to Wi-Fi again. Hopefully they have good Wi-Fi at the hostel I stay at Tuesday night, whichever one that is, and I can kind of get caught up. But anyway, I'm not too far behind as it is. I think I'm on things I haven't posted or pre-posted is yesterday and today. So if it helps, the people that are looking for them, when I schedule one to post, I usually schedule it for 7 o'clock at night. So anyway, hope everybody has a good rest of your day or night. You know, I don't know if it makes sense to say good rest of your day because I don't know when you're watching this. You could be watching this like, you know, 1 a.m. Who knows? But anyway, appreciate you watching, and I'll get back with y'all tomorrow. Thanks. Hey peeps, before my battery dies, a little bonus coverage. I know when last we spoke I said I was close to camp, but when I got there was quite a few people and the tent sites just were not level. Didn't look that great, so I'd already picked up water before I got there, so I said I'll just hike a little further until I find a good flat spot and just stealth camp, which is normally very easy, but this just so happens to be like the sketchiest, most narrow, ridgiest part of the trail I've been on, so still have not found a spot. So at this point it's about 9 o'clock. I've been, I guess, night hiking for about, I don't know, yeah, 2 to 3 hours. Saw some beautiful sunset though, and some great views even at night. Seems like you'd be missing them, but it was kind of a different kind of view, so that was cool. So anyway, still may stealth if I can find a good spot. Basically next flat good camp spot I see, I'm gonna get there, even if it's the shelter. The shelter's still a couple more miles, but feel pretty good. It's mostly downhill, so this is gonna turn out to be another big day for me, even though it wasn't planned that way. But anyway, like I said, probably maybe a kind of missed myself for the bad decision to be night hiking down a sketchy mountain. But maybe it helped because I couldn't really see how sketchy it was as far as the drop-offs or whatever. So anyway, just want to give you a little bonus update, let you know I'm still out here. So hopefully I'll be at some campsite here soon, and then I will get back with you guys either maybe when I get to camp, or probably tomorrow morning. I'm going to have to definitely charge my phone battery. It's about gone. I've got a charger though, no big deal. I just didn't. It's hard to kind of pull out and charge while you're hiking. So anyway, here we are. Doing a little night hiking. Kind of like it actually. If it wasn't if that wasn't such a sketchy part, it'd be fine. And I mean, I made it through fine, so I guess it's good to go. So anyway, herd hiker out. Thanks guys.